Tape Deck Media.
Sie at the party, Richter!
Welcome back, class. Once again, it's your teacher, Mr. Joseph Beck Castro. Joining me, as always, are my TAs, Mr. Aaron Frescus and Mr. Christopher Chapman. And we have a special guest again today, Mr. Dave Callens. So we're going to turn it over to Mr. Chapman to continue the summary of Kindergarten Cop. But before we do that, I just wanted to say, remember what Dutch said, get to the choppa. All right, take it away, Mr. Chapman.
We see Crisp and his mother arrive in downtown Astoria, where Crisp goes to a toy store to try and buy the last slot car playset, but gets turned down.
Flashing his money right now. To me, this scene was unnecessary because, first of all, you know exactly what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know he's a creep.
Yeah, we
don't need this.
We don't, yeah.
Yeah.
This doesn't, I guess they're trying to show that he's like excited about being a dad, but we get plenty of that later.
Yeah,
too.
it's just, you're beating a dead pinata at this point or something. I don't know.
Wait, he's a creep?
Have I been getting the wrong message about this?
He has a ponytail.
His name's Crisp. Yeah, it's not like it's Chekhov's fucking RC car thing. You know, like it doesn't like
Chekhov's RC car.
Whatever the fuck they are. Like he doesn't get hit with it.
Oh, that's the best reference. Oh my god.
He doesn't get hit with it later. Like maybe if he was buying him a baseball bat, then
that's true. That would have been like a good planned payoff thing.
But that's that's old Reitman for you, always subverting expectations. So
what he's known for. Yeah. His calling card, as it were. Oh god.
Back at the fair, O'Hara tells Arnold about Cindy's death and the captain's orders, so they just come right out and confront Joyce with the truth.
Hey, we've been watching from across the bar, and we kind of like your
vibe. Watching you and your son from across the bar. So she tells them that the $3 million never existed and runs home with Dominic, who is
a likely story.
Who is the only thing that Crisp really wants.
I was going to say it's weird that she runs from the cops, but like, I don't know. The cops have proven themselves not to be,
Did you not see her ACAB tattoo? You can see just for a second one of the saints on her shoulder.
So we go back to the toy store now, where Crisp beats the shit out of
to pay off that scene that we don't need.
Exactly. That was 2 seconds ago, by the way.
Yeah, like why'd they even split that and have like we know what's going to happen?
Yes, exactly. They could have just followed him outside. So he beats the shit out of the dad who got the slot cars and steals the playset for Dominic before meeting his mother in the pharmacy and giving us a small glimpse into his very fucked up childhood.
And you say fucked up childhood, I say, I don't know, old lady Crisp kind of makes a good argument for pumping that kid with drugs. Like, he's never been sick. He didn't get sick. Kind of. That's why I'm like, you guys are like, this relationship's creepy. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's just looking out for
he's
him.
Got a ponytail.
Oh, yeah.
At what cost?
Okay.
Yep.
At what cost?
Something.
No, it's actually just another Stephen King reference. So first off, we had the kid who plays Gage in Pet Sematary. He's in this movie. He's one of Arnold's kids. Then we had
Lowell?
What? No, it's not Lowell. It's the littlest one, and he's the one that says girls have a penis, boys have a vagina.
Okay.
It's the one who cut Arnold's tendon with a scalpel.
We also got the sad clown. Obviously it, and then basically Crisp.
Was it sad?
Yeah, he's only sad when he doesn't get to eat kids.
Sad he didn't eat more children.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you read the book that happened? So yeah,
They made a book out of that?
And speaking of that, Eddie, one of the ones in the Losers Club, his mom is basically Crisp's mom, without like the evil doing, but the overbearing, pumping him full of drugs.
They really nailed the name. So you don't even like that name, Crisp.
Yeah.
Like, nothing about that guy. Okay.
Yeah, well, and it's also the typical, like, 2 syllables, sometimes last name first of, like, 90s movies, like Castor Troy or, Colin
that was a good movie, though.
Yeah. So I always felt I should have changed my name to Castro Beck because that was just, like, the perfect fucking, like, 90s bad guy movie.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your villain turn.
So Arnold now shows up to Joyce's place to find the place torn apart, and Joyce frantically searching for Dominic. Arnold realizes that Dominic is on the tower after hearing that he was talking about lasers. So
Okay, this is the part where I was like, I can believe that the kid really thinks he knows how lasers work,
sure.
but to climb up a tower with rolls of tinfoil, like how bad is this education system? They have failed this kid on every level.
That's true. And his mom's a teacher.
Yeah,
God, I didn't even think about that. Like,
First of all, it's aluminum foil. Second of all, well, I don't really have it on it. Second of all, but
let's see. Oh, so the kid is halfway up the tower when a bird scares him and he falls a few feet before his backpack catches on something, leaving him hanging up there.
Right.
Arnold climbs up and rescues him.
Which they should have left in there. Crisp's not going to look
Teach him a
there.
lesson. That's true. That's the safest place you could possibly be.
Cut to Crisp standing underneath the tower with his hands and just like looking around side to side, like, where is he?
Just refusing to look up. God damn it. I can hear him, but I don't see him. So Arnold climbs up and rescues him, and then we cut back to the house with Dominic fast asleep. Arnold convinces Joyce to let him help her by letting her know that he's a shitty dad, and then making out with her.
Yeah, that's such an 80s movie. A woman who's mad at you, how do you get her to turn around? You kiss her.
Yeah,
that's the move.
she's not really
And it
mad.
works.
It's a lot of passion built up, and she
Right,
has nowhere
exactly.
to put it.
Right.
Put it in his mouth. Well, that was weird. I'm sorry.
Save that clip for later.
So the next day at school, O'Hara joins Arnold in class, and they teach the whole class about stranger danger.
They actually, I was waiting for that. They didn't say stranger danger.
Yeah,
Did
they
that
did not
phrase
say the
not
phrase.
exist yet?
I feel like 1990. Yeah, it might not.
I didn't hear
That's
that
weird.
until I was an adult.
Yeah.
Hopefully not to your face.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, no.
Parents
not.
pointing at you saying, hey, stranger danger.
Some kid just started screaming at him.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that did almost happen to me once. I was at the playground here in San Francisco with my friend and his kid, and playing around, and like some kid wanted to get on the swing, and he's like, I want on there. I'm like, yeah, all right. And, like, just picked him up and put him on there, and his mom comes like running over, like, ah. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably a really dumb idea. Sorry, you just wanted on the swing? Like, I don't know.
So now I'm not banned from that park.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go there.
So meanwhile, in the principal's office, Crisp pretends to be a parent checking out the school for his child and gets a little tour.
And the principal, she's like, well, he's got a ponytail. That checks out.
Yeah, exactly. It's surely on the level. When he arrives at the kindergarten class, he sees Dominic and is really excited for a second, but then he has to quickly hide when he sees Arnold.
I was wondering at that point, would he even recognize his child? Because he hasn't seen him since he was 1 year
That's
old.
true. Yeah.
I thought about that, but the only reason that which I think he says in like the next scene, is that the only reason he recognized him is because or thought he recognized him was because the kid's name was Dominic and that she wanted to name him Dominic.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He found out.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so he
Okay.
would have any kid named Dominic, he would have kidnapped.
That's
Yeah, but they
okay.
don't
Now
say the
they
kid's
could have
name
had
in
two
that scene.
Dominics in class. Now it turns into like a switcheroo kind of funny movie. Wait a second.
Parent Trap or some shit.
Yeah.
Reverse Parent Trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It sounds like something
wow,
from
that gets
Saw
a lot
9.
darker when you reverse it. Weird. So he goes back out of the school to get a gun from his mother, and then starts a fire in the library, presumably because he hates books. The fire alarm goes off, immediately raising the suspicions of Arnold and O'Hara, but since they go outside and it's a real fire, they all head outside.
Which should be even more suspicious.
Yeah, and Dominic grabs Arnold's ferret. In the chaos, Arnold loses Dominic, and he gets picked up by Crisp. But luckily, Arnold's class has been successfully turned into a bunch of narcs, so they all call out Crisp, and Arnold pursues.
That was such a Children of the Corn moment where they all just like turn
Yeah.
on. I'm like, ah.
There we go. Man, see, I didn't even need to make that Stephen King reference earlier. I have to make one per episode. It's by legal obligation, but you did the work for me here. Thank you.
So Arnold is pursuing Crisp. Joyce realizes that Dominic isn't with the rest of the class and then runs back into the building despite O'Hara's protests. As Arnold searches for Dominic, Crisp gets into an empty room and tries to explain that he's Dominic's real father, But Dominic doesn't believe him and starts yelling again, so Crisp covers his mouth and runs.
The best part of that is where he's like, I'm a fireman. And the kid's like, where's your hat?
Yeah.
And he gets so proud. He's like, where's my hat? You can't fool this kid. This kid is so smart. This kid is so smart. He knows I'm not a fireman. How does he know? He's a fucking genius. That's how.
Yeah. That's how I treat my dog when she, like, you know, I throw a treat on the ground and she finds it. I'm like, oh, what a fucking smart girl.
Can't fool my boy. Which that actually pays off in the very next scene. When I don't know if it's the next scene, but I'll call it when it happens. Go ahead.
Okay. Arnold finds Jason Reitman making out with a girl, but no Dominic. O'Hara tries to get back in the building, but the goddamn firemen won't let her.
They'll let a teacher back in, but not a cop.
Yeah.
Nope. You got to stay out here.
She tries to go around back, but is spotted by Crisp's mother, who hits her with a car.
Happens to be there waiting, with the engine running.
And
like,
really
all right.
only notices she's a cop, I think, because she pulls her gun out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like O'Hara. More like, hit by a car. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
No, I love that one.
Oh, hairline fracture in her leg.
There you go.
Oh, here I go again, running people over. Chris, you're up.
No, I got nothing. I'm terrible at these. So inside, Crisp runs into Joyce, and they argue in the locker room.
Okay, here's the part where just going back to like him thinking his kid's a genius.
Oh yeah,
but now you realize because he's so stupid, he actually says, "How the hell do you get out of here?" He's in a school.
Yeah, there are probably signs.
It's not a maze. It's not a department store. It's not a. He's in a school. How the hell do you get out of here?
And where does he run?
And then,
go ahead.
No, exactly. Where does he run? Into a locker room, which no elementary school has. Okay. Yeah. This is the full locker room with showers. Why? This is elementary school. That's never existed.
Yeah.
Use that Goonies money for fucking civil infrastructure. Don't be wasting it on frivolous things like a locker room at elementary school. That's just what the hell?
So they're arguing in the locker room.
Yes.
Crisp hits Joyce, and this gives Dominic a chance to run away because he's a coward. As Crisp searches Arnold.
Good call.
As Crisp searches, Arnold stealthily enters the locker room and creeps up behind Crisp as he corners Dominic. When Crisp realizes Arnold is there, he turns Dominic into his hostage, threatening to shoot him and forcing Arnold to put down his gun. Just as Crisp goes to shoot Arnold, his ferret crawls out of Dominic's shirt, runs up Crisp's body, and bites him in the neck, causing him to hit Arnold's leg.
Aaron, remember when you asked if the ferret had a name?
Yeah.
The ferret's name is Deus Ex Machina. Because that ferret existed for no other reason than to bite this guy.
Yep.
It had no purpose in this movie.
Chekhov's ferret, man.
Exactly. And what kind of ferret is going to sit? It sat in his coat through the whole plane ride.
Exactly.
It sat in this kid's shirt through a whole fucking fire drill.
It was so comfortable to be stuffed into this child's shirt in a smoky hallway with sprinklers on, and he's running down the hall.
Until it sensed danger.
No, until it sensed evil.
It doesn't like ponytails.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
well, who does?
Douchiness.
Yeah. I want to agree with you on all this, but I guarantee you my dog would do the exact same thing because she loves me. She cuddles with me. Take her for walks. But when I get around my wife, she'll lunge at me and bite me. She ain't got no front teeth, but she's bitten.
Is your dog inside your shirt right now?
No, she's with my wife because she'd fit in there. I wish, but if she's not around my wife, she will not sleep, and she'll fucking sit there and stare at the door, and then occasionally start howling like a wolf, like a ooh. I'm like, what the fuck? So I guarantee you, my dog would do this, but not for me. She would bite me if I were about to shoot.
If you were holding Laura,
yeah, something. She would. Yeah.
If your marriage went really wrong, the dog knows whose side it's on. So the ferret bites Crisp in the neck. He shoots Arnold in the leg, and that allows Arnold to grab his gun and shoot Crisp multiple times.
So lesson learned, Arnold Schwarzenegger's a liar. That ferret does bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also, Chris
And-
didn't die from the gunshot. He died from rabies.
Exactly.
Is that what you had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joyce goes to find Dominic as Arnold gets up when all of a sudden Crisp's mother enters the locker room. She shoots Arnold in the arm and he kind of runs away.
While yelling, "No more wire hangers ever." Like, sorry.
No, he
Anyway.
he ran away yelling, "Kill me! I'm here! I'm here! Kill me!"
Kill me.
I was gonna say Crisp's mom is like he's got to be like secretly disappointed to her because she's running everything.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking to the street level drug dealers. She's getting the witness killed. She's fucking shooting the cop. She's got it all handled.
That's why she wants her grandson so bad. She's like,
Yep.
I'm going to skip right over my son, and hopefully the next generation is. Oof.
I mean, that's kind of the dream, though. Like, your mom takes care of all the shit for you. Like, ugh. I don't want to go to work. Your mom's like, I'll get on the fucking phone with him right now. Hey, Joe's not fucking showing up today, all right? And they're like, all right, Mrs. C, like, we got it.
Once Crisp grew out that ponytail, she's like, ugh,
She's like, I failed. Got to start over.
we need to find your son.
Yeah. So Crisp's mother is walking around the locker room. She finds her dead son. And
Locker
then
room
finds-
in an elementary school. I just need to drive that point home a little harder.
Also, no, maybe it's the smoke. I was thinking the locker room seemed kind of steamy, like people were just using it. I don't know.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that porn thing you guys are talking about. You guys are sick.
So she finds Arnold in a corner. She's about to shoot him when all of a sudden O'Hara shows up with a baseball bat and Louisville slugs her.
See, that could have been the bat that Joe was saying. He should have bought a bat at the toy store.
Exactly. That would have been perfect.
Chekhov's bat, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
Now, good wins, evil is defeated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Arnold's dying.
Yeah, exactly. So outside, Arnold's class watches as he's loaded into the ambulance. And, like, there's not much emotion in this movie, but for some reason, it fucking got to me when they focus on Zach silently watching Arnold get put into the ambulance. I don't know.
Okay, but also, I know Oregon has softened him up a little bit. But remember what a tough guy he was.
Yeah.
He got shot in the leg,
Yeah. Well, and
There.
the arm.
extremities. Look, the John Kimball I know would have walked it off, and that's that. Call it a day.
Well, he got soft. The
Yep.
John Kimball I know that it wouldn't even been able to penetrate his muscles, which is fucking bounce right off. Get all flabby.
There.
In the hospital, so we cut to the hospital now where we see Arnold recovering, although he's clearly still got some head trauma because he's refusing to eat the jello.
Right, that a nurse is spoon feeding him. Hello.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of like 3 notes I got. He got shot in like one arm. His other arm works. Like, why does he like? I mean,
That's true.
why isn't he fucking
He's
eating?
got a
the nurse
really
just
good
wants
PPO, okay? It's,
So O'Hara comes in to cheat on her fiance, I guess. Which that just
I thought that
struck
was
me
weird,
as
too.
so fucking weird because they kiss on the lips, and I was like, what
right.
the
I was
fuck is
like, on the
happening?
cheek, the forehead, like, nope,
Yeah,
going for the
anything.
lips.
Yeah. Arnold acknowledges that they are partners now before her fiance comes in, and they invite him to the wedding with O'Hara.
And what's the fiance known for?
Uh,
Being clumsy.
Yes, for
He
fucking.
pulled
shit
the
up.
cord and fucked up his leg.
Yeah. Does that happen? Do they
Yeah.
put your leg in like a complicated pulley system when you need to have your leg elevated? I've only
If
seen
you got
that
shot
movie
in it,
TV.
sure, why not?
Yeah. I don't know how he's a chef if he's that fucking clumsy. Like,
That's a good point.
He's got a ratatouille,
oh.
but it's just for chef stuff. It doesn't help with
Okay, I was
day-to-day.
about to say, why doesn't he ratatouille himself? With his
Well, he doesn't have a lot of hair up there, so it's kind of hard to control what the fuck's going on.
So O'Hara asks where they should send the invitation. Sometime later, we are back at the school, where Arnold gets to visit his class, who are all thrilled to see him back. Joyce hears the commotion from her class and abandons them to slice her off a piece of Kimball pie. And we freeze frame on a display of public affection that would probably get you suspended where I went to school.
Oh, yeah. But also, we finally get the closure we've been wanting that John Kimball will never, ever see his estranged son again.
He has
They
traded
brought it
up
up
for a
several
younger body.
times, and now it's just, nope.
Yeah.
What son? Sorry, I got a new woman now.
He's a new son too.
Exactly.
Just for the fact that it'd be such an emotional touchstone for him, and now just like no, all right.
This one hasn't been
done with
ruined
that.
by his stepfather. And we get one last gem from Lowell as they kiss. He goes, "Uh-oh, they're gonna do it."
Lol.
Good call.
I think Lowell would have been more like, "That's how you get AIDS" or something. You know, that would have been a little more characteristic of him.
Beware the clap.
That's not for the clap holes.
Oh, I'm stealing that anytime I see anybody kissing. Beware the clap.
All right,
great.
and that's our movie. We go to the credits from here, which means that it's time for America's favorite segment, Joe Namath.
Now we're going to do something extremely fun. We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is My Daddy and What Does He Do? Yes?
Take it away, Joe.
All right, so not a lot of good ones in here, and Chris already kind of fucked up one of them. So I really only got two. Not a lot of Richards in this movie, so it's kind of hard to,
Oh, damn, the well is dry.
Yeah. So Kissing Boy is Jason Reitman, as you mentioned. Which, damn, what if fucking your dad's like a director, and you're like, yeah, I want to be in the fucking movie. Let me like make out with this girl in the closet. Like, oh nope, I flubbed the take, Dad. Whoops, let's do it again.
No, the dad's like, I don't believe you. Do it again.
Yeah.
Just ruining his son's love life forever.
Should I cup her breast, or what's going on here?
That's my motivation.
And the only other one I got is a Best Boy, which is Benny McNulty, which is, of course, the brother of former Baltimore City police officer Jimmy McNulty. So,
Damn.
Yep. Got my Wire reference in. Got my Stephen King reference in. I'm getting a Simpsons reference later, and then I'm good.
Nice.
Then I am clocking out.
One note on the movie.
Yeah.
Originally, but they had tried to get Bill Murray,
Yes.
and then Patrick Swayze to play the leads,
Patrick.
and I could not imagine Bill Murray
Yeah.
running this movie
Yeah.
because he's such a dry humor. Like
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Swayze, maybe.
Dancing a lot. That would be awesome. I know it's only one movie, but still, I don't know why I can kicking the kids. I don't know.
He
Roadhouse.
dances at Zach's dad. He'd
Ripping their throats out. Yeah. just-
Rip Zach's dad throat. Yeah.
That would have been great.
How about we do some Total Recall, because that's what the segment's called. Hey, let's get into it. Let's do it. Hey, how about Total? Anyway, I'll do it later.
What do you want, Mr. Quaid? The same as you, to remember. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Okay, so basically all it is.
Keep all that in, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I am.
Basically, all it is 7 trivia questions, I think.
Since there's 3 of you, it's 7, yes.
All it is 7 questions. First to 3 wins. And you buzz in by just saying your name. And then that's it, right? I think. I don't know. I usually have it written down, but
Can we do Cutthroat? You guys play Cutthroat or no?
I don't know what that is.
Like I would say Joe's name, and then he's on the spot to answer it. And if he doesn't answer it, he's out.
No,
Oh.
but that's a
no,
good idea.
we don't do that.
that is a good idea,
I mean,
except
that is hilarious.
Joe always wins just because.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe call out Aaron's name instead. All right. So I got 7 questions.
Oh yeah, and when you buzz in, he stops reading. So
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
sorry.
you might
Forgot
want to wait
mention
till you are sure you know what my question is. So, question number 1. During Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do? There are 2 actual job titles named. What are they?
Joe,
Joe.
gynecologist and a
Sure.
electrician.
Incorrect. Anybody else got a guess?
I don't remember gynecologist.
Aaron?
Aaron?
Gynecologist, and I know one of them describes the bank like it sounds like somebody that works for a bank, but they shouldn't say what.
But they actually say the name of another job. It's not the banker.
Well, then that's not my guess. Gynecologist and a construction worker. I don't know.
You just doing the village
Gynecologist.
people.
Yeah, gynecologist is a very
Yeah,
famous.
remember the famous gynecologist?
Native American.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was a gynecologist, Joe. God. No, it was gynecologist and psychologist.
Who? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, one of them says she
God, I was gonna say that, but I didn't think she said the name. All right.
that her dad helps people who have lost their feelings. I think is the way she describes
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Not
what
putting that
is-
psychology degree I have to use, am I?
Question number 2. What is O'Hara's favorite dish?
Joe.
Oh shit.
Joe.
Pasta or spaghetti aglio olio, basically olive oil pasta.
Yeah, pasta a olio is
olio.
what she calls it.
Oh, I thought his like that was her nickname for him. Olio. Like, and it's his spaghetti that or pasta that he made for her.
That's usually like
Joe.
olive oil and Parmesan.
Question number 3. What book did Arnold read to his son and his class?
Fucking A. I was like, I don't need to know that. I know the author.
Joe.
The Lorax.
Dave.
Gynecologist and psychologist.
That is correct. No.
Gynecologist today.
Quarterly.
Aaron, I know that the author is
Aaron.
A.A. Milne, but I don't know what the book is. What is it? That's the.
Is that the Winnie the Pooh guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know that that's the author, but I don't remember the book.
No, the book was called When We Were Very Young.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
All right.
That that's right. I was gonna make a Killers joke and I forgot to.
Yeah, isn't that the name of a music festival?
Yeah, exactly. It's a
that too.
it's the Killers song, but for like the teen kids bop or whatever. When we were very young,
Kids
Wait.
Pop.
isn't that a song, a Killers song? When we were young,
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
when I was young,
When you were young? I think it's
when you were young.
We were all young.
But the festival is when we were young.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway,
God, my questions suck tonight. Let's see. Question number 4. What is the name of Arnold's son, and how old is he?
Aaron.
Aaron.
He was 13, and his name was Alex.
That is correct. All right.
Wow.
Aaron.
I had it written down. I just needed to like, it was like little stuff where I'm like, okay, this could be a question. Anyway,
Question number 5. What airline do the detectives
Joe.
fly to
Dave.
get to Oregon? That one's Joe.
Alaska.
unfortunately.
God damn it.
Alaska.
I knew that one.
Joe. Question number 6. This one sucks. What number is Crisp in the lineup?
Joe.
Dave.
Joe.
5.
That's Joe again.
God damn it.
Joe takes it.
yeah.
What's the last question?
There we go. What condition causes O'Hara to eat so much?
She's hypoglycemic.
Dave.
Yeah.
Didn't say her name.
Jo- yeah, you lose.
My name is hypoglycemic.
Oh.
All right.
Anyway,
Joe wins again.
okay.
You tell me, who is your daddy and what does he do? Get it? Okay, we start right here. You.
My dad doesn't do anything since the crash.
You guys got favorite lines? Who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll go
My
with
favorite-
the classic.
Oh,
it's,
go ahead.
it's not a tumor. It's
Yeah.
best one. Well, yeah, there's a couple good ones, but that's the best one.
It's amazing delivery. It stands the test of time. It's got
Yeah.
everything. Yep. Mine is not an Arnold line. When the first time I watched it and she said, "If you were any stiffer, we could take you surfing," I was laughing my fucking ass off.
Yeah, that was.
That was one of the ones I wrote down. I think I gotta go with. I have a couple of things like what happened to your dog. I had written down, which was just made me laugh. But I really like. My name is John Kimball, and I love my car. Like
That was really bizarre.
or there's
Yeah.
no bathroom is good too. Anyway,
Yeah, I have two. One, when he's at the party in the club, at the beginning, they're like, who are you? He's like, I'm the party pooper. But the no bathroom line is probably it, but it's not technically a line, but I'm going to read it anyways. You kids are soft. You lack discipline. Well, I've got news for you. You are mine now. You...
Spot on. Damn.
Cough and everything.
Yeah. You're the ones that are soft, not me. I can breathe.
Holy shit.
You belong to me. You're not going to have your mummies behind you anymore at the white little tushies. Oh no. It's it's time now to turn mush into muscles. No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimball left to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom. So beautiful rendition.
I do love the way he
pretty
says
good.
tushies. That was
I will
very
say that, like, another line that I loved, it was not a funny line,
Yeah.
but I still love when that kid said, "My dad doesn't do anything after the crash." So, just the implication of what
Yeah.
happened.
There's a lot
My
of depth to that line.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. A lot of good ones in this movie.
Okay. And usually we'll do a kill count, but like, what is it? It's 4, 5. You got Cindy, Crisp, me, not the grandma, because
Danny.
she didn't.
The mom
No,
doesn't
she
die.
lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cindy, Crisp, the Danny.
Danny.
That's
it.
Who the fuck
I
is
think
Danny?
there might be
Who's the guy
Danny's.
in the beginning?
Yeah.
The guy who he kills in the mall.
Yeah. I think
Oh.
I thought there was one more that I counted. Oh, the pencil. The pencil. He breaks up, that breaks
And
something.
also, the guy he stole the race car set from, he fell and hit his head on the concrete curb and he died.
Yep, just bled out.
He was very old.
People just walked right by that. It was terrible.
When the big man was killed, you must have wanted it. Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
So we're going to rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 5. Irons pumped. Please remember that this is a scale of Arnold movies only. So if not,
Who the fuck gave Raw Deal 3.5? That's way too
Let's
high.
see.
That's probably
guessed.
Chris, you're out of line on that one too.
Oh, hey, listen to Joe Spiel because it's not just about the quality of the movie.
it has to deal with its Arnoldness. So if we are ready, Chris, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
I think I'm gonna put this movie at a solid 4.0 because even though there's not like a ton of action, I think he's just so perfectly cast. Like they know exactly how to use him in all the right ways. The juxtaposition between him and the kids, him and the principal, like the fact that he is just completely out of his element. He can't like fight his way out of the most of the problems he has in this movie. I think this movie just uses him pretty perfectly. And again, Ivan Reitman just knows how to get a good comedy performance out of him. So yeah, this one's entertaining the whole way through. Yeah.
Just reminded me of
4.0 for me.
Phil Hartman's line, "You can't bench press your way out of this one." Binging all the way.
All right. What about you, Dave?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because it was good. He was perfectly cast. He's great. It's like the fish out of water. Like, this guy's a school teacher, but I feel like the movie itself got a little too heavy at times for being the kind of comedy it was overall. So 3.5 is where I would rank this one.
Interesting. What about you, Aaron?
This is one of my favorite Arnold movies, and this is definitely my favorite of his comedies, even though I think I might like... Sorry, this doesn't make sense. I think Twins might be a little better.
Better comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is like nostalgia reasons. This one I enjoy more probably. And the way it starts off with
Classic Arnold.
yeah, like a straight like action movie, and then it like transitions all of a sudden into just this comedy, like a family comedy, is awesome. And the lines, you've got all the classic lines are pretty. Like, I didn't realize how many of the classic lines were in this.
Like half of the Arnold soundboard is from this movie.
Yeah. And he's, I still think he does better as far as like, damn it, now I'm going to drop the rating. I still think he does better as far as like, I know he's playing like the straight man in this, but I love him in Twins because he's playing kind of just a big doofus. I'll stick with the 4. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go with the 4. This is what happens when I don't write stuff down. but it's also a lot shorter, so that's okay. Anyway, how about you, Joe?
I think this movie is almost flawless. I think it's a great mix, much like McBain's Let's Get Silly. I believe it is a great mix of action and comedy. And it's hard to, like, I didn't even take much notes on this movie because I was just enjoying it. And, like, you know, how do you, you know, with like Batman and Robin stuff, we can like make 5 million notes because we can make our own jokes and all that other stuff. This one you can't really do. But all that said, see, this is a tough one because it's not a 4.5. I'd also give it a 4. All
right. Yeah, like you were saying, I know I've mentioned it, and I was telling Chris yesterday. I think it's way harder to write any sort of jokes for the comedies, except unless they're like really bad. Like the villain was very easy to write jokes for, but that was not good.
Yeah, it was also hard as shit to sit through. Yeah.
I don't think I know that one.
It's like the one he does with you ever seen that picture of him with Kirk Douglas and Anne Margaret, like dressed as a cowboy?
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
sounds great though.
You'd think so.
It had potential. It wasn't executed very well as far as like, because it was basically supposed to be like a Looney Tunes cartoon, but it wasn't very well done. Anyway, whereas like something like Maggie, man, it's just the serious stuff is so much more fun to write for. Anyway, okay, sorry. Yeah. You can give the score, which is that right there. And
couple quick questions on this real quick.
Yes.
First of all, who gave Conan a 0.5? Because I might have to fight them.
That was Brendan. Because Brendan, for some reason, I mean, I didn't really like it either, but for some reason, like, I was like, hey, you want to do the podcast? He's like, oh, sure. And I forgot to ask him if he actually likes Arnold Schwarzenegger, which he doesn't. So that was my mistake. And whatever, you need something to balance it out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Second thing, did you guys, I don't know if you looked this up, but on Rotten Tomatoes, this has a 54%. Which I feel like is pretty low. Like,
what the fuck?
It also has a 6.2 on IMDb, which I feel is extremely low.
It's not. I give it a 3.5. I think it's better than a 54%. Like that's not
for sure.
Damn,
it's better than that.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think it's like a kind of a damn near perfect movie, but that doesn't necessarily make it like the greatest movie. Else I would have gave it a better than 4. But like I don't think there's anything wrong.
I feel like it also probably didn't help that as far as like for maybe for the critics that it was coming off of Total Recall, which was definitely better with the action and probably the jokes were probably it's just sillier and it wasn't
because it's a completely different movie. He's trying to make a family comedy,
different genre.
So like,
yeah, I know. I just like that's the only thing I can think of that maybe, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he had also made Twins before this, so they know he can do comedy.
Yeah. And Twins was rated like by the critics, I think, much better than this. But I also wasn't researching movies as well back then. So
anyhow, that is going to leave it with a 3.8.
Oh, sorry.
3.75. 3.875, which is going to put it below Predator, Running Man, Twins, and Commando. But I guess I'm going through puberty again. Right above 6 Day, Last Stand, and Eraser. So it is sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th on the Predator now.
Top 5. I like our top 5. It's pretty damn good.
Yes.
Yeah, now that it knocked out the 6th Day, I'd say like I'm not ashamed of the top 5 anymore.
I mean, the other movies that we covered, like I think 6 Days better than a lot of them. So
what was the one where he was a sheriff in a small town and the criminal
Last Stand, which is what number 7. That movie's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that one.
Yeah.
And 6 Day again, like it's just like a bad Total Recall.
It's just like a dumb sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what? Did you guys see Gunther?
No, we haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
Nope. That's on the list.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, Dave, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, do you have any plugs?
You were hilarious.
To plug?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, how do the people find you?
Got it.
I mean, besides
they
the
won't.
school. Any comedy?
I'll find them.
Yeah.
No, on some of the socials, I'm Sharkadile.
Half shark, alligator, half man.
Yeah, exactly. I came up with Sharkadile back in 2008. I came up with Sharkadile because I figured that's the ultimate predator.
Oh, yeah.
And Seriously, for like years, if you Googled Sharkadile image search, it would just be pictures of me.
Nice.
From my Twitter, because it was Sharkadile. But now since then, it's just like everyone's done Sharkadile, and I'm not even in the first page anymore.
Stoops.
But first one.
All right, and that's going to do it for this episode. But we'll be back soon with the production and promotional side of Kindergarten Cop, where we'll check out a few promo videos, but not before finding out a little behind-the-scenes trivia, such as stuff like which actors were considered for Arnold and Penelope Ann Miller's roles, as well as why Ivan Reitman almost didn't direct the film. Until then, though, please don't forget to leave us a rating and review on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, because it seriously helps so much. But yeah, thanks for listening, and class dismissed.
See you at the party, Richter!
If you enjoy our show, please consider giving us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Potty Richter to make sure you never miss an episode. See You at the Potty Richter is a production of Tape Deck Media. Follow Tape Deck on Instagram at TapeDeck_media, or look us up on Facebook for more hilarious podcasts.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.